Hi, I'm Chris Moran with Elgin Volkswagen. Thanks for taking a minute. We'll get up close with this gorgeous 2015 Porsche Boxster S. Just going to take a quick walk around this car here. Obviously take a look at the condition, but there's really not much to talk about as far as the condition. The front end is literally excellent. It's got the dynamic lighting system, which is pretty neat. You got the LEDs actually lower here in the bumper, so when the car's actually running, you get a little bit different look to it. But I mean, look at that whole front end there. Carrera white paint, which is actually an option on the car. These are the 20-inch Carrera S wheels on this car as well, so that you're looking the painted center cap, red calipers, but just looking down the side, it's fantastic. Coming around to the rear, you can see you got a dual outlet exhaust right there at the bottom. This is a movable spoiler. This does come up at speed. You can see the Porsche Boxster S badging there. One thing that's really neat on this car too is there is garnet red leather in here, which is absolutely stunning on the white, but you've got the painted white fairing here for the with the wind stop there. But again, the driver's side, going down the same side, you know, 20-inch wheels look fantastic all the way, but you know, this Boxster is stunning. Just looking at the interior, memory seats, power folding mirrors. See the Boxster trim there. These are the sport seats. They're heated and ventilated as well, so you do have those in the middle there. You can actually see you got heating and ventilated buttons right here. Looking back here, power convertible top. It's totally automated. Just hit the button and it takes care of itself. See that Sport Plus button there? That is actually an indicator that it has a Sport Chrono package. It's a sport design steering wheel. That's another option, but you can see the paddle shifters there for the PDK, and then you've got the main shifter there for the PDK as well. But the interior has little to no wear. You can see the crests at the top of the headrest there. That is another option for the car. But it is it's a gorgeous color combination on this car. But 3,700 miles on the clock as it sits right now. So this Porsche is equipped with Porsche's optional PDK transmission. It's a German acronym for basically double clutch setup. It's a 7-speed gearbox. You basically have 2 clutches set up inside the gearbox. So it is a manual, but right now I'm in drive and it drives just like a normal automatic. So you can hear it's nice and smooth. Typically the dual clutch cars, you really don't feel them shift. You can hear it because it's a Porsche. You should hear the engine, but you don't feel any of the shift because that second gear is already engaged by that dual clutch. That's why they call it the dual clutch system. I will say though, for having a 3.4 liter naturally aspirated 6-cylinder behind me with 315 horsepower, think about that, that's a lot of power for an engine that has only 3.4 liters with no turbocharging or supercharging. I like to drive the car as a manual with the paddles. The shifts are so much faster, and if you can hear that, it'll blip the throttle on the downshift, so it really matches it, but it's really ideal for racetrack driving because if you're mid-corner, it's great, but it's so smooth. It makes good sound, nice linear acceleration. If you're a Porsche fan, this car feels very much like a modern-day Porsche. This is the newest version of the Boxster, and the S model is really the cream of the crop. It's a well-put-together version of this car. And this particular car was $87,795 when new, which is obviously, you know, no small chunk of change for anyone, but very well equipped car. Obviously has a lot of options on it. This garnet red interior is stunning on it, but the exterior is virtually brand new. And here I'm going to go from 5th to 3rd. Listen to these downshifts. Such a neat sound. On the console here, there's a button called Sport Plus. That actually pairs up to the, it's part of the Sport Chrono package, which is the timer in here, which also does have some customizable settings. But when you press this, it actually amplifies the throttle response. It will change the shift parameters, so this will actually shift a little bit harder as I go forward. But you can just see how linear and seamless it is, and the car really is brand new. Wow. Listen to that sound. It's fighting for a little traction there. I think his tire's a little bit cold, but I mean, that's just that signature Porsche flat 6 sound. Nothing else out there sounds like it. So what's it like behind the wheel? It's actually very comfortable. I'm a little bit under 6 feet tall. I moved the seat up. There's actually room to go back if I so chose. But you know, the steering wheel, Everything Porsche is very business-like. You know, all of your major gauges, everything you need is right in front of you. You do have a customizable screen here on the right. You can flip through a bunch of different settings for it. You do have a navigation system. Pop that up. Very, very clean and clear. This is also your media interface. Porsche calls it PCM, which is Communications Management, Porsche Communications Management. This does have a Bose sound system. That's probably one of the best Bose sound systems I've heard. Even in this little confined space, it is one of the nicest stereos, and a great pair for when you've got this top down, because there's nothing like a great convertible with a great stereo. That's very tough to do, and Porsche definitely got it right in this car. You do have dual zone automatic climate control for both people, and then you have heated and ventilated seats here. So you've got the air conditioning built into the seat, so it's that's a nice setup. But it's very comfortable. You know, just pulling onto a kind of a highway style road here. I'll get all the way up to 7th here. We'll just go cruising, going 55 miles an hour, and you know, it's a car you can have a Bluetooth conversation in. You know, you don't really, you tend to forget in a car this nice. And here, it's a convertible. Think of how quiet this car is right now. You tend to forget you're in a Porsche or something this hardcore when you're in this thing. It's such a nice car, though. It is such a nice car. A blast to drive, and you're not really missing anything in the way of creature comforts. The cool thing too on the Boxster is you've got a trunk front and rear. So if you ever want to get away on a week-long road trip, I mean, this car is a great example of a car you really could put a lot of miles on in extreme comfort. Again, I'm Chris Moran with Elgin Volkswagen. If this car piques your curiosity, or if you got any questions, obviously I know the car pretty well. I'd be happy to take the call. You can find it online on our website. You'll find us at elginvw.com. Or you can give me a call at our store. The phone number is 847-428-2000. Appreciate you taking a few minutes with me today in this gorgeous Porsche. I don't think I'd ever complain that I don't get enough seat time in these nice cars, but this one really is exceptional. Listen to that sound. Talk to you soon.